Hey guys, welcome and welcome back again to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a very beautiful soft crust sausage croissant. This is very easy to make and is super soft and delicious. So keep watching and please do not forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Alright, so to begin with, first into a large mixing bowl, I've gone in with a little bit of lukewarm water, and then I went in with my yeast and now stir that nicely to combine. And then I'll go in with a little bit of sugar, and now you're just going to mix until the yeast is nice and dissolved. So I added the sugar just to help bloom or to activate the yeast. So once that is nicely dissolved, I will cover with a kitchen towel and allow the yeast to rest for 10 minutes. And as you can see, the yeast is super active. So I'm going to pour in some lukewarm milk and now stir that nicely to combine. And once that is done, I'll go ahead and transfer in some flour. So for this recipe, I'm going to be using salt. We don't need this to be sugary. We need it to have that salty taste. So I've gone in with salt, and now we're going to mix that until it forms a dough. So like I said, if you want to enjoy this, go ahead and make it salty, like salty sausage croissant. I tell you, it's super yummy. So I got one of these at the supermarket and I really enjoyed it. Even my daughter, she was like, Mom, you have to make this. You have to make this at home. So that's why I'm trying out the recipe. Alright guys, so once that has formed into a dough, I will then transfer in some soft butter and make sure this is room temperature soft butter. And add the butter, and now you're just going to knead that inside your bowl. Make sure you're kneading it inside. You don't need to transfer to a work surface. Then just knead until it's nice and smooth. And once that is done, I'm going to grease the top of the dough with some butter and also grease the bowl with some butter, and then cover and allow this to rest at room temperature, or just place it in a warm place for 60 minutes. And after 60 minutes, this is what you get. All we need is just for the dough to double in size. And now you're going to sprinkle the surface with some flour and then transfer the dough and roll into this shape. Just roll into this long shape. Alright, so you want to grab your cutter and just cut this into any number of your choice. This is not the main cutting. This is not the cutting we are going to be rolling the sausage in. So you can cut this into any number of your choice, but for me, I did cut into 8 equal parts. So now we're just going to sprinkle that with some flour, and then we are going to start flattening the dough. So once you're done cutting and rolling it into a ball shape, grab each ball, sprinkle them with some flour, and now you want to roll or flatten that. And once that is ready, go ahead and sprinkle a plate or a platter with some flour so your dough doesn't stick to the platter. And now transfer the dough that you're flattening, and then we're going to grease the top with some butter. And this is soft butter, room temperature soft butter, and make sure the butter is soft. So once you flatten the dough, transfer the dough to the platter, and now grease the dough with the soft butter, and that's how you're gonna be doing it step by step until you're done. So I did start with the brush and ended up using the spoon because the brush was kind of difficult to brush in the butter, so I have to use the spoon. I have to just switch to the spoon. Alright, so you're going to continue like this until you're done with everything. And once we are done, we're going to cover this with a plastic wrap and then transfer to your refrigerator and allow this to rest for 3 to 4 hours. We just need that dough to be very cold. You need the butter to freeze into the dough. So I will transfer this to my refrigerator and allow it to stay for 3 to 4 hours. Alright, so after 3 hours later for the dough, so we're going to start prepping the other things. And here I have some sausages, which I'm going to be using for this recipe. I will just transfer that to my pan, and I'm just going to let this toast. We need it to dry up. We need the sausages to toast, and once they're nice and golden brown, set them aside. And here we have our dough ready to be used. All right, so once you take the dough out of the refrigerator, all you're gonna do is transfer to a work surface and flatten. Make sure to flour the surface so you can add flour. I didn't want to use too much flour on the dough. So if you want to flour the dough, just go ahead and do so. It's not going to change everything, just going to help you, smooth. It's just going to help you smooth the dough nicely, but I didn't want to use too much flour on this. So after flattening, I'll just grab my cutter and then cut the dough into 2 equal parts. And to the other half, I'm just going to roll this nicely, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim the edges.
You feel this movement right here. You just be vibing, reaching for something within you.
Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and trim, and then I'm going to end up with a rectangle shape, and then we're going to slice into triangle or pizza shape, just like this. And after slicing, next you're going to grab your sausage and just place it just like you're seeing in the video, and then roll. It's as simple as this. Very, very simple. So go ahead and grab your sausage, place it, and make sure to place it on the wider side, because this is croissant shape sausage roll. So that's what we're going to be doing. So make sure to follow this step. It's so easy. And try to stretch the dough if you want to, just like this. And once we're done, we're going to transfer to a baking tray lined with a parchment paper, and then cover and allow it to rest at room temperature for like 40 to 60 minutes. And once they have doubled in size just like this, go ahead and brush them with some egg wash. And also I'm going to be adding some sesame seed on the top. And once that is ready, we're going to transfer to our preheated oven and bake at 150 degrees for 30 minutes. And guys, this is it after 30 minutes. I tell you, my whole kitchen smells amazing. Very, very beautiful. And while they are still very, very hot, go ahead and brush them with some melted butter. And I tell you, go ahead and enjoy this amazing salt taste sausage croissant. Very crust delicious and super soft. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this simple recipe. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.